A big fat thumbs up
and comment down below and hit that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
And that's it. Good job, David.
Hello, friends. Today we're going to be reading Juneteenth for Mazie by Floyd Cooper. Juneteenth is a national holiday commemorated to celebrate the ending of slavery. On June 19, 1865, in Galveston, Texas, the last enslaved African Americans were finally given notice of their freedom. 155 years later, we're still on the long road to equality, equity, and fairness for all. So today, on June 19th, we celebrate slavery being over.
June 19th is also known as the holiday Juneteenth. It is the oldest known celebration to honor the end of slavery in the United States. The holiday is most often celebrated in African American families or communities. Today, with computers and smartphones, news travels instantly. But after the Civil War, the Emancipation Proclamation had to be carried from place to place and read aloud. That was the document issued by President Abraham Lincoln to say that enslaved people in the South must be set free. It took 2.5 years for news of freedom to reach enslaved people living in Texas. On June 19, 1865, they finally got the word. They were free.
Mazie wants to play outside, but it's too late. It's getting dark, Mazie. It's time to stay inside. Mazie wants a cookie, but it is time for bed. Not now, little one. It's too close to bedtime. Mazie wants to stay up late, but she is too little. Bedtime is the rule, sweet girl. Why so grumpy, Sugar Bear? Asked Dad. I can't go where I want, have what I want, or do what I want, answered Mazie. Well, tomorrow you can have a celebration, says Dad. What are we celebrating? Asked Mazie. We will celebrate the day your great-great-great-grandpa Moses crossed into the Liberty. The day we will be celebrated by us and many more families on a day we call Juneteenth. Dad lifts Mazie into his arms. I bet you're tired of hearing no all the time. Well, great-great-great-grandpa Moses heard no even more. Grandpa Moses worked in fields that stretched all the way to sunset. He and the other slaves would be bone tired, but they had to keep going. Their masters wouldn't let them quit, but as they worked, they thought about freedom. And before they finally went to sleep at night, they prayed about freedom and made plans for change and a better future. Some slaves ran north to freedom, following a bright star in the sky. They sweat, they bled, and they cried, till those cries were quieted by a single proclamation from a brave president. Grandpa Moses heard that proclamation read from the balcony of the hotel on that warm June day in Galveston, Texas. Grandpa Moses heard nothing but cheers, saw nothing but happiness, and felt nothing but pride shared by all those around him. The cheers began dancing. The dancing began celebrating. It went on and on until the night. Grandpa Moses and the others had found freedom. They continued to work, but this time they were paid for their hard work. So they worked and they saved and they never forgot the moment they heard. The moment that changed their lives forever. But things weren't perfect. Black people still struggled to stand shoulder to shoulder with white people. They still weren't treated as equal. It wasn't easy, but they never gave up. And every year on Juneteenth, they remember. They marched for jobs. They lobbied for schools and the right to vote. They shouted for opportunity. And every year on Juneteenth, they celebrated and remembered. They learned and they grew. They forgave. They excelled and achieved. They became heroes. Now, sweet Mazie, it's your turn to celebrate, just like great-great-great-grandpa Moses. It's your turn, Mazie, to eat some barbecue and drink some strawberry pop. It's your turn to celebrate and to remember. On June 19, 1865, soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas, announcing the end of the Civil War and the end of slavery in the United States. It was more than 2 years after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. Celebrated every year on June 19, Juneteenth commemorates the announcement of the abolition of slavery and the emancipation of African American citizens throughout the entire United States. Now, my friends, what will you do this June 10th to remember and celebrate freedom? Will you celebrate with your family? Will you go to a parade in your town? Will you share posts on Instagram? Will you share with your family members and your friends? How will you spend this June 10th? Please let me know in the comments section.
Jubilation, joyful celebrations broke out in places where the Emancipation Proclamation was read, and that was the start of today's Juneteenth traditions. People share stories of that great day, have picnics, attend rodeos and baseball games, go fishing, and have fun with family and friends. Juneteenth is also a time to learn and celebrate new things. Many museums offer Juneteenth programs and exhibits. Although the holiday has its roots in Texas, it shows appreciation for African American history and culture, and for the freedom of people everywhere.
See you guys in our next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye, my friends. Happy Juneteenth. Bye.